What up gamers, I'm Jason and today on Dice & Dragons, I'm going to be reviewing the Santa vs. Heximas pack for Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, published by Renegade Game Studios and designed by Jonathan Ying. Now this is the first holiday pack for the game. I don't know if they're going to be doing any more, and to tell you just a little bit about the game that this is expanding, it is a game for 1 to 5 players, expandable up to 6, if you do happen to pick up Santa Claus, because you'll now have a 6th Ranger. And it will take you about 60 to 90 minutes to play and is recommended for ages 14 and above because of the different type of combos and the way you need to work together in the game. You will also be getting Heximas in the pack, who will be trying to ruin Christmas. Now, I believe there may be a holiday pack scenario. I don't remember. You should definitely check out Renegade Game Studios' webpage for some free story-driven scenarios that they've made up. Now, what will you be doing in Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid? Well, this is an expansion. We're going to be discussing the base game. Essentially, you will be moving around the board, defeating different foot soldiers, defeating different monsters, eventually moving your way up to facing off against the boss. And of course, you are a Ranger, so you're going to be acquiring Zords. Now, this is one of the Dino Thunder Zords because I'm playing the Dino Thunder Rangers at the same time. So that's what you'll be doing in the game as you try to save everyone, and in this case, really save Christmas from the forces of evil. And on that note, I'm now going to grab my drink, and I'll be taking it to the table one more time. Now we take a look at the components for Santa versus Heximas. We'll start with Heximas. So we got a very cool miniature, lots of detail. I know the Renegade has been running a painting competition, so if you want to see some ideas how to paint him, you should definitely check it out. We've got his monster card here. Now let's take a look at some of his different abilities. So 10 and boom, health 4. Half of the Rangers in this battle rounded up must each discard a card from their hand. Each other Ranger must discard a card from the top of their deck. That's really annoying. Season's Beatings, a guard card for health. Deal an amount of damage equal to the total number of figures in this location, including Rangers and enemy figures. So if you piling on them, it can be very dangerous for you. We've got his Rocket Sleigh, which is a fast card. Each Ranger must draw 1 card and deal an amount of damage to each Ranger equal to the shield value of their drawn card. So if you get a 1-cost shield, not too bad. A 3 could be very dangerous. So Season's Beatings again. The last card that we've got is a passive card, Curse Coal. While this card is in play, each time a card is placed in a Ranger discard pile, that Ranger must remove 1 hit token from an enemy card of their choice. So constantly healing him, which makes him incredibly annoying. So we're going to start with Santa Claus. No, not start, we'll move on to Santa Claus. Cool miniature, not the most detail, but has more than a lot of the Rangers. I like the fact that he looks a little bit more like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. We'll take a look at his ability, Bag of Gifts. At the start of each battle, you may give 1 card from your hand to another Ranger as a gift. When another Ranger plays a card, they may reveal 1 gift, resolve its gift effect, and then place it in your discard pile. So that's what all these gifts are. We've got the Reindeer Zord. Exhaust this card during a battle to gain 1 energy. If any Ranger flips 1 action token face down, you may move any Ranger to an outer location of your choice. So you can just move them anywhere, which is pretty cool. But I don't think it's definitely the most useful, but it goes with Santa Claus. I mean, you know, moving around the world really fast makes sense. So we've got his card, the Naughty List, a 0 energy card, deals 2 damage automatically, and it can deal 1 damage each up to 2 different enemy cards as a gift. Christmas Rush, which is a maneuver, gain 1 card from your hand. Give 1 card from your hand to another Ranger as a gift. That Ranger may immediately play 1 card. Place this card at the bottom of your deck instead of discarding it. So that makes sense because you're not actually losing a card from your deck that way. Bell Ringer, 2-die attack. Look at the top card of your deck. You may give it to another Ranger as a gift. And then each Ranger in this battle may draw up to 2 cards. Not my favorite. We've got the Nice List. Choose the number of cards from your discard pile equal to the amount of energy spent to play this card. Shuffle those cards and give them to other Rangers as gifts. Now that's pretty cool, especially if you're got a lot of stuff in the discard pile. We've got Better Watch Out, 3-die attack. The next time any Ranger performs an attack during this battle, add 2 dice to that attack. Very cool. Milk and Cookies is a maneuver. Choose cards from your discard pile with a total of up to 5 shields and shuffle them back into your deck. And yeah, we've seen all of the cards that we have for Santa Claus. Now you may be wondering why the cards are sleeved. Well, my original take of this disappeared. So there you have it. We've now taken a look at all the components for Santa versus Heximas. And keep it right here as I'll be coming back at you with my review. Now, what did I think of the Santa versus Heximas pack for Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid? I really wasn't sure to make what. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. Now, what did I think of the Santa versus Heximas pack for Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid? I don't quite remember when Santa was in Power Rangers. I do know that it's happened before, and I really wasn't quite sure what to make of this pack when it was announced. I thought it was maybe just a fun holiday-themed pack, and then I finally got it to the table about a year later. Then we actually got it, and gotta say, Santa Claus is a beast. He is a lot of fun to play. He hits hard. His gift-giving ability is very unique, and the fact that it lets you manipulate just certain things that are going to be happening on the board. I really love the one, Better Watch Out, which when given as a gift. And so the way this mechanic works is that another ranger will play an attack card. They can reveal one of these cards that you're given to you to trigger the gift effect. Now, sometimes they'll take place on that same turn. Sometimes they'll be on a following turn. But the fact that you've got one that increases dice is very cool. Worked incredibly well with the Dino Thunder Rangers that we've got on the board right now. It was a very strong ability and really let us make rather short work of Mesogog and all of the foes when we are in some tight situations. He's also very good at holding his own. You don't have to be using the gift-giving ability in order for it to be very strong. He also has a card that lets him regenerate 5 shields worth of cards without taking a rest action, so you can do it during combat, which I think is very cool and very strong. And it goes very well with the fact that you're giving other players gifts. So having a card in your deck to let you regenerate just works very well. And I like the fact that the ability is thematic. He's a lot of fun to play. And if you're looking for something a little different, I definitely think you're not going to be disappointed with Santa Claus. The only thing I have to say is that his Zord that I have over here, the Reindeer Zord, while pretty good at generating energy, I wasn't a big fan of the other part of the card, which would let Rangers move around the board. I think it could be useful, but it just really wasn't I didn't find it to be the most useful, at least in terms of how I was playing as the characters in this game. Now, when it comes to Heximas, I must say that while I do really like the miniature, it's one of the more detailed ones. I really didn't find Heximas to be all that difficult. He does have some fairly challenging cards. For example, with the Rocket Sleigh, each ranger must draw 1 card and deal an amount of damage based on the shield. If that goes off, it's a little annoying. His Season's Greetings card, you deal an amount of damage equal to the total number of figures. Now, depending on how many figures you get there or how many are, active, well, that's actually going up before you clean out the foot soldiers. That can be very damaging. Other situations, it might not be that bad. And the Cannon Boom, which half of the Rangers in this battle must each discard a card, and then the other ones must discard a card from the top of their deck. So some annoying stuff, but nothing that I felt really set him apart from the other monsters. He's still a fun monster. He's thematic. It's great to have him face off against Santa Claus, but he's nothing to write home about. You're really buying this holiday pack for Santa Claus, and the fact that he's such a strong character and fun to play and just really fun. Sorry, I'm saying that a lot, but I'll change what I said. It's very enjoyable to get him out during the holiday season, and I think it's a great addition to the game. Now, what is my score for this? Because I'm not the biggest fan of Heximas, but I really like Santa Claus, I'm going to give this a 7. It's a very good expansion. I always like getting more Rangers and more player content. Mastermind mode is not something that I ever really think I'm going to play. So just getting Santa and getting a great experience is well worth it for me. And Heximas is not a bad addition to the game. And on that note, I'm going to remind you to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when our next video is released. Also, down below in the video description, you'll find links to all of our social media feeds, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you'd like to see some pictures of Julie and I playing Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, there are plenty on those feeds. Also down there's a link to multizone.ca, a great Canadian game store. Click the link, you'll get 10% off your next purchase. And it's a great way to support the channel. A portion of that purchase will be returned to us. Now, popping up in front of me are going to be links to some of our previously released videos. Over here will be our most recent release. And over here, it's going to take you back to our review on how to play with the original Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid. And now I'm going to grab my drink. And I shall, remind you to keep playing games.